Okay, so didn't make a video in a while, and I got a haircut. You might notice it. Future me, I got a haircut. So what I was thinking about is I've been watching Star Trek again. I've been watching Voyager again, and so what I've been thinking about is I realized again, and I probably realized it many times before, but they seem to have a fairly limited amount of ways that they handle problems. And if you watch Star Trek, um, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just Voyager that does this. I think it's also TNG that does this, and probably to another extent, to a lesser extent, Deep Space Nine, because Deep Space Nine only the only reason Deep Space Nine doesn't do this as much is because they're on a space station more often. They're not on a ship. But anyways, getting to the point really is they solve problems in a limited number of ways, and the main way they solve a lot of problems is using the deflector dish. They use that a lot often, but like when there's a transporter problem, they have a main way of solving it. It's like, you know, increase the power to the um, imaging scanners, you know, and it's like there's always people that use that. There's like a transporter chief, and they always like seem to have to give them the advice, and it's like, what's the point in having a transporter chief if they don't know the most common way of solving a problem? I mean, it's like, and they do it all the time, and it's like by that by that point in any Starfleet person's life, shouldn't they have encountered that enough? I mean, shouldn't that even be in the training manual? It's like some problem happens. One, use the deflector dish. Okay. Two, increase the power to a system. To the relevant applicable system by 20%. There you go. Problem fucking solved. But you know, and realign the phase discriminators or some shit. There's something with the phase discriminators, and the other thing is like the gravimetric. They use the word gravimetric a lot. Gravimetric distortion. In Voyager, they use gravimetric, the word gravimetric, all the time. I mean, they don't use it a lot per episode, but it's like it makes me think of like a drinking game. Like you could make a compilation of it and make a drinking game or something like that. Like it's just like it's in every episode, basically. It's like they always have a gravimetric disturbance. It's like, dude, the writers just are like it's like, man, the writers are just like lazy, or the the person that they got for a science consultant was like, yeah, I'm a scientist. Yeah, I know science stuff. The dude was like the whole time thinking, yeah, I don't know science at all, but I have a dictionary or like a reference book that I can do it. This job pays like 95 grand a year. I'm gonna get this son of a bitch. And after the first year, I'm gonna get a raise. Yeah, they're gonna be paying me like 150,000 a year after the first year. Oh yeah, all I gotta do is make it past every season, and I'll be using the same shit. All I gotta do is make up words. Just like put gravity and metric together. Grav-o-metric. Wow. Yeah. But seriously, they got like a list of 5 to 10 words that they use when describing like spatial anomalies and stuff. Like, an anomaly is alright, because it's a nice general word for something they haven't fucking encountered before. Or even if they have encountered it, it's, you know, something that shouldn't be in space, basically. So that word is alright. It's an okay word. You know, it's a nice general word for using it. So you can forgive that word. Or phenomena. There you go. That's a good word. But, gravimetric, it's just like, what the hell? And the whole putting more power into stuff, it's just like, okay. Like, why even have a transporter chief? If the transport chief is like, oh, just put more power into it. Why didn't I think of that? Maybe because it's my job to be a transporter chief, and I couldn't figure out the putting more power into it. Thanks, Captain. You're a captain, and I didn't think of putting more power into it. It's like, I've only been doing this job for 15 years, and I couldn't think of putting more power into it. It's like, give me a useful idea, like align it with the deflector dish. Jeez. But yeah. It's like they do that with so many things, like put more power, and they like run the impulse engines over the rated maximum. It's like, okay, I guess maybe that's, I don't know how that's, I guess sort of that's possible. If you can do it, I don't know. Maybe you can run them hot by making, do a supercharged engine, overflow the supercharger or something like that. I don't know. But then aren't you like degrading the engine or something like that, like causing damage to it, and like, especially in Voyager, like their ship just goes through a lot of damage in Voyager. I mean, like, there's like all this shit in like every episode. There's just like all of this shit blowing out. It's just like, you're telling me they're repairing that like all the time with no like logistical support from the Federation? It's like, damn. I mean, I guess they can replicate it, but then they're getting energy from, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I don't like really pointing out plot holes because, it's a TV show and you gotta kind of just run with it. So I'm not really trying to point out plot holes so much as just like the wording and stuff is just great. I guess you can just let the wording go too, but it's nice to poke fun at the fact that they just It's like they don't even try. I was thinking of another thing. It's like, because nowadays, like, we have phones and stuff, and just our phones, like, the thing we do for entertainment purposes are, like, smaller and more, just, like, more compact and stuff than their tricorders are. Their tricorders are these big, bulky things, and, and all the lights move in a predictable pattern, like, all the time. It's just all their equipment is like, from my perspective, it just looks so archaic, and yeah, and their medical technology is just so bad. There's a lot of the stuff we have that is emerging right now is just seems so much better than what they have to offer in a lot of ways. Like, in a lot of ways, their technology, yes, is better, but like some things they just don't have. Like they have to replace. They can't synthesize organs in there, and we're basically there with synthesizing lots of organs with stem cells and stuff. We're basically there, and they can't, like, oh, you only have like, I can't make another lung for you. It's like we can basically do that already with a lung, and a lung is a really complicated organ. We can basically do that. I mean, in another few years, we'll be able to do that pretty readily, and maybe not 5, but 10, 20. And Star Trek is supposed to be like 400 years in the future. So you're telling me in 400 years of advancement, humanity isn't able to do stuff like that? And we can fly across space, but we can't, do things like that. And we're still using a lot of drug therapy for things like that, instead of just pre-planning out things like encoding the genome to inherently make it superior to the outside environment. Making the body regenerate. So if you lose a limb, it just regrows in a matter of a few minutes or an hour or something like that. It uses existing body tissue to regrow, and then you just, when you get back, you just pig out, reclaim the nutrients that you need and stuff. Things like that. I don't know. But, yeah. You'd think some of these things should be possible in 400 years. I guess the gravimetric distortions held us back because we didn't have enough power to the transporters. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Sci-fi stuff is fun. Gravimetric. Alright. That's enough poking poking fun of Star Trek writings. I should make fun of Star Wars sometime. Star Wars fanatics will love that. Anyways, that's it for now. Bye-bye.